Hello, hello, and welcome to Adam with Lucas. So today we're going to be talking about Death Wish Coffee, and in particular, we're talking about their espresso roast. Yes, people, this is a brand new roast. I already did a Death Wish Coffee on this channel. It took me a long time to finally get a bag and actually review it. So in this video, we're doing a hands-on with the bag. Then we're going to take a closer look at those beans. After that, we're going to throw those bad boys over the Burr grinder and break those things down. Perfect for, you got it, the pour over. After that, I'm going to do my favorite part of this whole shebang, the sip test. Yes, people, I absolutely love tasting new coffee, and I think this one is going to be deadly. After that, we're going to figure out, is this a daily, weekly, monthly, or never consumption coffee? It does happen, people. It does happen. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, let's take a look at this bad boy right quick. So at the top, you have the new roast badge right there. There's their logo looking all bad to the ASS. The world's strongest coffee. I can contest to that. I did review their dark roast, and I have to say I was absolutely in love. This is the new espresso roast. Super excited. Notes of caramelized sugar. That is what's up. It's all the way over here. The dark meter. Woo! Ooh, USDA organic. That is interesting. Wow. This is a 14-ounce bag. 14 ounces, I think, is a little bit less than the last bag. I think it was 16. So this is actually more expensive, possibly because it has the USDA organic badge on there. Take a look at the side. Yes, here we go. A little bit more on their organic ingredients, certified organic coffee. That is what's up, people. All right, take a look at the back over here. Warning, warning, this bag is a little bit hard to film. I don't know if you've noticed that yet, but it's definitely glossy in all the wrong places. Welcome to the abyss. That is what's up. Yes, people, we are here. Grind options, coarse, auto drip, espresso machine. So we're going to be working in this realm right here. We won't be going coarse at all, I don't believe. All right, I love that right there. That is really cool. Very nice. All right. Okay, let's get inside this bag. I think it's going to be one I have to cut, but I don't know. Oh, that's a little bit weird. Look at that. All right. Let's check this out. Oh no, it's a pull open. Where is the one-way valve? I missed it. There it is right there. All right, the one-way valve is definitely doing its job. This bag is not exploding, so that means it's letting all the CO2 out, which is something that happens after you roast your beans. So you have to have a one-way valve. Otherwise, you will have an explosion. Love the inside. Once again, their last bag was red on the inside. This one is purple. Very nice. Uh-oh. We are running into some problems left and right, people. You seeing this? What is going on there? This is not what you want to see. You're just trying to get your beans out and make some coffee, and look at that. That is so gross. Death Wish, what is going on there? That looks like some glue failage right there, and that looks like something that is like super toxic for your coffee beans. Ugh. That is gross, guys. Wow, that is so gross. Now, of course, if you're not filming, you're probably just ripping this open and dumping out the beans and not even noticing that, but that is what I noticed for sure. Let's take a look at these beans, people. Now, as we know, the espresso beans are not the oiliest, which is very interesting because these are super dark. So you would kind of expect them to be covered in a lot of oil, but no, these are not covered in a lot of oil, and they're very lightweight. They definitely feel like they're lighter weight. That could be because there's less oil, or it could be the type of bean. But man, those are some beautiful looking beans. Wow. All right, so let's look and see if we can't spot the Arabica versus the Robusto. I'm just going to take a guess and say these smaller ones are probably Robusto, but I'm going to say that these look like the Robusto beans right here. They're usually smaller, and the bigger ones are the Arabica. So the Arabica is going to be sweet, and the Robusto is going to be bitter. So if you're interested in truly bitter coffee, you should go and hunt down some Robusto beans. I did a review on some a while back on this channel. If you hunt for it, you might find the review. I think I have over 130 now, so definitely a lot of reviews for you guys to go through. Yeah, these are definitely looking good. Some are a little bit more broken and exploded than I would like, but nonetheless, they look absolutely amazing. The aroma that's coming off of here is just a solid coffee bean aroma. Nothing too standoffish. Nothing to write home about just yet. Yeah, some of these are looking a little bit strange, but that is because they roasted these a little bit hardcore to get it to this roast here. All right, coming up, we're gonna break these bad boys down and get a review in. Okay, one thing to take note of here is there is a tiny amount of coffee dust. That's what I call this stuff up here. It's basically just finer grinds that just kind of clump up here. I usually don't really comment on this, only if there's a huge amount or a small amount. So this is definitely a smaller amount than normal for this grinder in particular. Some grinders don't produce this at all, but because I'm comparing all my coffees to other grinds out there and other beans, I have to stay with what I know. So all right, let's take a closer look at this ground up coffee. Wow, that's looking really good. I'm liking that. The color tones are perfect. Some jagged edges right there. This grinder does a decent job of making a uniform grind, and certain beans will make it worse and certain beans will make it look better. So I don't really blame the grinder as much as I blame the actual beans. So there you go. That's not looking bad at all. Definitely not the best I've seen out there. I've definitely seen better. So, but it's looking good. I'm liking the rich color tones and the somewhat uniform grind. So that's cool. Okay, here we go. We got our 1/8 scoop right here. That's 30 milliliters for people who don't do cups at home. All right, we're gonna do 4 of these bad boys loaded up in my pour over right here. That's number 2 right there, people. Boomski, there we go with number 3. And there's number 4. A little dash for good luck, shall we? Okay, here we go. We got our water to 200, so I'm gonna let it cool down to about 190. That's gonna be optimal for the pour over. All right, we got the Coffee Gator pour over machine right here. This thing is one of my favorite ways to brew up coffee, even though I have a bunch of ways. All right, let's go ahead and blast it with the soak pour. So we're just gonna soak everything very much like a French press. You're just gonna give everything a nice, good soak. You don't really care how you do it or how wild you do it, which way you turn, it doesn't matter. Just get it nice and soaked and then wait about 30 seconds. You wanna let some of the coffee run all the way down. Just give it about 30 seconds or less, and then you're gonna hit it with what I call the first pour. So this is gonna show us a whole bunch. Here we go. All right, so we're seeing some plumage. It's definitely poofing up, getting that sort of rich, dark roast look to it. That is very indicative of a dark roast right there. That is what you want to see for sure. Not the freshest looking brew that I've seen before, so I'm gonna definitely take note of that right away. But yeah, this is for sure a dark roast. If it was a lighter roast or a medium roast, this would all be a lot brighter. Hold on, Bubby. Hold on. Almost done. All right, let's hit it up with the second pour. All right, so it's getting a little bit lighter, a little bit more crema-like appearance on the top. All right, there we go. Okay, so that is looking a little bit more like a medium to dark roast. Definitely looking fresh and good. All right, let's check the stream down here. There we go. Yeah, that is looking very solid. Nice rich stream, good amber-like glow. And the idea here is you want to basically do this within about 3 minutes. That's going to give you the optimal brewing time and the optimal taste. If you go any longer, you're going to be dragging it out and it's not going to produce as good of a pour over. Oh, the light got in the way. Wow, that was, whoa, that is really interesting. Look at that. The reflection. Oh, that's so funny. All right. So we're gonna go to 500 milliliters. We're almost there. One more pour is going to get us there. So 500 milliliters to 4 30 milliliter scoops. That's the coffee to water ratio for you guys at home that are keeping score and checking the math. All right. You got goldfish? You want me to review those next? All right, there we go, 500 milliliters. Let's get to the sip. We got our standard white coffee mug right here. We got our pour. We're looking for a nice, rich stream. All right, here we go, people. Ooh, wow, that is extremely rich. Wow, that is amazing right there. Look at that stream. Beautiful. Down to the last drop. Woo! That is what you want to see for sure. Wow. Look at that. Yeah, so far I'm not scared of this coffee. It's not looking like it's gonna kick my butt. Definitely not like the other dark roast I did by this company. So very, very nice looking cup though. Okay, so believe it or not, there is actually an optimal sip temperature. Yes, people, you're probably drinking your coffee a little bit too hot. I would guess you're probably drinking it over 140, more like 150. But if you let it cool down to 135, you're gonna get the best sip that you've had in your entire life. I am not kidding you. It makes a huge difference. Before I knew about this, I was just drinking coffee and hoping it wasn't gonna burn my tongue. Now I drink coffee and absolutely love it. All right, let's get into this sip test, people. Ooh, so the smell is actually quite familiar. I've smelled this before and I think it smells similar to like a Lavazza Arabica Robusto blend. It's definitely the smell I'm getting. It's definitely a premium smell. It's a high end, and this is some very expensive coffee. I paid $21 for 14 ounces, so take note of that for sure. Ooh, yeah, that is delicious smelling. Let's get into this, people. Whoa, wow, that is extremely complex. Wow, I think that's nothing like I've tasted before. Holy bejesus, people. Okay, I gotta scoot in for this. I gotta get closer. I gotta get closer to the camera for this one, people. Whoa, that is intense. Okay, so a lot of things just happened all at once. I got like this watery, oily, sweet, bitter punch, and it just flowed. It wasn't blended as well, but I haven't gone in for the second sip, so here we go. Wow. Okay, that is very interesting. So it's really, really sweet. It's got this like almost like a dried raisin taste to it. It flows down in like this segment, so it's like you're getting hit on the roof of your mouth, your tongue, and then the back of your mouth, all in this like sort of bounce. I don't know how to explain it other than it's like bouncing around the flavors. There's a little bit of smoky inhale, just a tiny, tiny bit. Definitely got that nutty, earthy sort of goodness to it. But yeah, I'm definitely getting more sweet than bitter, which is really good. I'm a fan of the sweet. Yeah, it's got this thickness to it, so it's definitely got a weight to it. It's not thin. It has a little bit more oil than it seemed like. The beans
when we first looked at the beans, they definitely did not look super oily, but there is this oil that kind of coats your mouth. It's very nice. It's very pleasant. And then you just have this sweetness to it. So for a Death Wish coffee that is espresso roast, I'm going to say this is actually really, really enjoyable. It's not harsh at all. I don't feel like I'm getting over caffeinated, so they did a really good blend of the Arabica and the Robusto. Robusto is typically higher in caffeine, it's bitter, and Arabica is a little bit lower in caffeine and it's sweeter. So the blend of these two is giving you the marriage of that super harsh and that super sweet. And that is what you're getting when you buy Death Wish coffee, this blend. Now, Lavazza will actually tell you what their blend is sometimes. Sometimes they'll tell you, sometimes they'll just say it's Arabica and Robusto blended, and that's it. They don't want to tell you anymore. Sometimes they'll say it's 40 to 60. Death Wish does not want to divulge that information, at least not as far as I know. I could be completely wrong. They could have it on their website somewhere, and I just am missing it. Yeah, so that initial hit that I just got was the Arabica. It was that sweet, and then I got immediately after that I got a Robusto bitter. So very interesting blend. Is it as blended as I would like? Possibly not. I feel like the blend is a little bit off and it's bouncing a little bit. I typically like to take a sip of coffee and have all the flavor notes work together to where it just has one cohesive story versus something that's bouncing around and causing me to go, oh, it's got this, and that. It's more fun, but it's not something that you really want to consume constantly all the time. Yeah, that is a very good, this is a very, very good cup of coffee. It's very premium. It's definitely something that you're going to get excited about. You're going to be like, yes, I get to have this premium coffee. I have been consuming it out of my Philips Super Automatic, but I do funny things with that where I'll do a cup of coffee, I'll add a little bit of water, and then I'll drink it willy-nilly. So I don't really go for all the taste when I deal with the Philips Super Automatic. Also, I'll do a coffee and then espresso shot on top, which I think I created, but I've come to find out that I didn't create that. Yeah, that is very enjoyable. So if you're someone that wants a darker roast, you want that sweetness to be dominating. This is a dominating sweetness. This is something you're going to be able to consume with some salty, oily, greasy, yummy breakfast food for sure. This is going to have enough sweet that's going to be up there. But if you're going for something sweet in the morning and you want something, I would skip this. I would go with something else that's a little bit more harsh. Yeah, it definitely, as you drink it, you start to like it more and more and more, and that is the sign of a great cup of coffee. But that initial hit that I got was unreal, truly unto itself, and definitely one of a kind. And for that, I'm going to give this a solid 5-star rating. I'm going to say that Death Wish coffee is worth the penny. It is worth the dollar. It is worth the high price tag because they're premium coffee. And it's really interesting because you have to like push yourself towards this coffee and not pay attention to the dollar amount, because what you're going to get is a cup of coffee that you may only need one. You may not need 2 cups of coffee. You may only put in 2 scoops versus 4. You may only put in, you may lower the amount of coffee, which means it's actually going to be a little bit cheaper. So if you drink this and you go, oh no, I'm getting jittery, I feel like there's too much caffeine, just lower it. Just put in less ground coffee and you will enjoy it that much more. You're going to save money. So a $20 bag may only be $10 if you consume it half as much. Yeah. That's what I learned from the dark roast. I was like, oh, I put it in my Philips Super Automatic. I put it on the normal setting I normally do. And I was like, whoa, this is so strong. This is so powerful. I can actually lessen it and save money and still have a really good cup of coffee. So solid 5-star rating. I think espresso roast can get people a little bit confused because they think of the espresso machine. They think, oh, this is going to go straight into an espresso machine, or they think of like something that comes out of an espresso machine, but it just is the level of darkness of the beans. So you have Italian roast, which is the darkest, then you have French roast, and then you have, I think espresso is somewhere after that. I'm not as up on the roast levels, but yeah, I'm definitely one to enjoy a medium to dark and then up. I don't like anything below medium. Medium is like my light roast, and people will argue all the time to tell you that light roast has more caffeine. I think they're just trying to sell more light roast coffee because nobody is buying it anymore. They're all about that dark roast, people. Yeah, that is a solid 5-star rating. Highly, highly recommended to everyone out there. If you see that purple bag, grab it. Don't pay attention to the price. Brew it up a little bit weaker than normal and enjoy a pleasant cup of coffee the way the gods had intended. Death wish, death wish. I don't know why I'm chanting. I think it's the caffeine, okay? That's why I'm chanting right now. I think the caffeine is kicked in and I'm gonna go into overdrive. So yeah, wow, that is an enjoyable cup of coffee. I highly recommend to everyone out there. Definitely something you could consume daily. Definitely something you could consume all day long if you wanted to, but you probably need to cut back on the amount of coffee, cut back on how you brew it, make it weaker and enjoy it all day long. Or like I do, I'll have one of these in the morning and then I'll just throw in some K-cups throughout the day and enjoy just weaker, less quality coffee and keep this going for an extra few days. So highly recommended to everyone out there. Enough jibba jab. I am caffeined to the max. I will see you in the next one. Nope, that's coming at the end of the video. Bye. All right, there you go. That's the Death Wish Espresso Roast. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely clickety-clack that like button. And if you want to join the Adam Lucas family and you want to be a part of this crew, hit that subscribe button. Every time I get a subscriber, I get a boost to make more and more videos. And it's because of you guys, I surpassed 5K. Yes, people, mind blown. 5K under the belt, going for 6K. But I need your help. Yes, you right there. Tell your friends, tell your family. This guy's on YouTube. They should go subscribe and watch my channel. But as always, I thank you for watching each and every one of my videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.